All right, everybody, if you would once again, use the raised hand function. We're going to start right away with questions, and we're going to go to Las Vegas. We're going to start with Callie. Callie, go ahead.
Obviously the big news today is the WNBA confirming that charter flights are going to be introduced this season as soon as they can figure out the logistics. What are the immediate reactions to that? How do you think it'll impact the season?
I think everybody's immediate response is great. What it all looks like, we're still gathering information. We don't know, but I think it's definitely a good thing, for our players in our league, and everybody's very happy. They're not going to have to stand in security lines as much or as long.
All right, thanks. We're going to turn next to Peyton. Peyton, you're going to be followed by Jordan. Peyton, you're up.
Hey, Asia, wanted to ask about the upcoming preseason game this weekend, and if you could speak about what it means to you to be able to come back to Columbia and play at CLA, and then also if you have a favorite Colonial Life Arena memory, possibly.
Yeah, it's going to be a big moment, obviously. A lot of emotion are going to be for me because it's a full circle moment. A lot of people in that arena is going to be people that have literally watched me from preschool to now. And so for me to go back and just show them where I am as a pro, it really is preschool. To show that now I'm a pro with my teammates is going to be super fun. All my family is coming out. So excited about that one. And I would say my Colonial Life memory, honestly, would just have to be my last game because my last game because it was just like a surreal moment, like a young girl that just didn't want to play basketball, stayed home, and kind of shifted the culture there alongside my teammates. So it was just a big moment for me. And so I'm excited to go back home just to get that feel back to playing in Colonial.
All right, thanks. Jordan, you're up. You're going to be followed by DJ. DJ, I got your name wrong last time, so I'm playing it safe this time.
Hello. So my question is for all three of you all. Wanted to talk about the Asia Fair. Just talk about what it's like seeing from her in training camp.
Obviously, we brought her in because we love her shooting ability. So for her, I'm sure her head's spinning a little bit. It's a lot of probably different terminology and a different probably aspect that's demanded of her. At this level, but she's been doing great, picking it up pretty quickly. But that's probably a question for her to answer. But at the end of the day, what we know about her is you can't leave her open or she's gonna knock that thing down. So she's just trying to be who she is, but also in the scheme of who we are as a team. So
yeah. Becky said it all, like just letting her understand that we don't want her to lose herself in our system, still maintaining who she is, who she was in college, and just bringing it over here. So, and that's every rookie. Like, they're going to go through that. So right now, she's just starting to slowly figure it out, but she's had some really good practices, and that's the best yet to come.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys pretty much said it all.
All right, thanks. We're going to go to DJ Moreau. DJ going to be followed by Mike Vocal. DJ.
Thank you. I appreciate it, Ron. This is Jambari Moreau speaking. This question for Asia. Wanted to say congratulations on the Gatorade deal, and I wanted to just say if you could speak on the popularity regarding the women's game and the growth of it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. It's been a whirlwind for all of us when it comes to just all eyes on women's basketball, and it's pretty good. It's happening at the right time. It was just a matter of time for this explosion to just happen, and everyone is just like, oh my gosh, I want to tune into the W, and we are great for that. But at the same time, we're going to make sure that we put, as the aces, we're going to put the best product out there on the court and be the elite women that we are, because we know there's a lot of eyes that are looking at us, that are looking at all of us in this league. So for us to just continue to get great, that's what continues to bring more eyes and more people and more investors, and then we end up with charter flights, and then things are going off and people are spinning off, and now we're having a great time. So it's been tons of fun just watching the growth of it, and I'm just glad to say that we were a part of it as well.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Michael V, you're up. You'll be followed by Sean. Go ahead, Mike.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I wondered, both with Chelsea and Asia, obviously this charter thing, we're all still waiting to see the details, but there's been a lot of talk, and I think you guys have both addressed it, about security in general as WNBA players have become so much more visible. Do you guys both feel that that's improved enough, and that is it a thing where you do feel like you're protected, so to speak, because you become much more visible, people, if you will.
Actually, no, I'm going first.
All right, go first.
I think that from a league whole standpoint, let me go back. As an Asia standpoint, we've taken the necessary steps to kind of protect the people that are in our organization. As a whole, no, I do not. I think that it's been onus on the team to see, like, okay, whatever you do, it's up to you. But as a whole, no, I don't think the right precautions has up to this point have been taking place. But the ACES organization has been like, okay, this is a problem for our players. We hear you, and let's make a change. And they've done that.
I'll just say, Mike, that was one of the first things that I wanted. I don't know about the rest of the league, but when these ladies want to go to dinner, I want somebody there with them. I want them being walked to the restaurant. I want them coming back. So we've actually hired security to travel with us full time.
Yep.
Via every event that we have. And I think, just from my side on the NBA, there has to be a mutual respect and trust there. Because, if they're out doing stuff that I don't want to know about, they also need to know that they can call somebody and it's not going to get back to me. And I think establishing that trust, when they're in a moment, they got to be able to have, I want them available in Vegas. I want them available on the road. Like, I want the number one priority for me. And I know even the league, even though, we're starting to move the wheels a little bit, is their safety. Their safety. I mean, they're tall, they're outspoken, and we want to make sure that, as they're going and moving in and out of these cities, that they're taken care of.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Michael. Sean, you're up. You're going to be followed by Summer.
Hi, my question's for Coach Hammon. With your rookies, because of where they were drafted, they may not be getting as much of the hype as others have. You yourself were underestimated coming into the league when you played. So what kind of advice have you given them about anything in general?
I mean, I wasn't drafted, but I think anytime you're coming in and you're working for a job, you need to know that there's not a lot of room for error. This league is the toughest league to make a team. So your effort and your focus, number one, always have to be there. And as they get older and learn, like you have to keep improving every year. And so we have a short window here. They're digesting a lot, but like you have to do all the little things that can get you on a roster, right? You got to get your foot in the door first. That means being a great teammate, playing the right way, being professional in your approach. And I think for me, I mean, when I was going in, it was just like every day it was my mindset for that day. It was just like a make it that day mentality. I was not going to give them a reason to cut me today. And then I'll worry about tomorrow when I get to tomorrow. And I think if you have that approach, it makes you be present in the moment, in those moments that you can, potentially make or break yourself.
All right, thanks. We're going to skip to Lindsay. Lindsay, go ahead.
Hey ladies, sorry, it took me a second to get off mute. So obviously the charter thing, like it's great. You're thrilled about it, but the optics are not great. And I'm wondering if you have concerns about that. To be frank, it took a white player's popularity in Caitlin to get this to happen, as opposed to the safety of Black women and Brittany Griner in particular. You have both been outspoken in the past about how Black players who are the foundation of this league don't always feel valued. And I'm wondering, do you feel like this is another example of that? Becky, you also, based on your facial expressions, look like you might want to say something, so feel free to jump in.
I don't have anything to say. I mean, look, at the end of the day, this is something that this league has been pushing for a long time for its players. It's here. I'm happy it's here. That's how I look at it. I look at it as we can put a better product out there. And at the end of the day, I mean, we're part of that growth. And I think it's obviously Caitlin is kind of her own storm, if you will, right? That got this wheel moving, but there's been plenty of people before that that have laid the groundwork for this actually to be up and running. I mean, before she was here, you know, we're selling out our season in our arena. So we're just gonna keep moving forward, taking care of the aces. You know, so I mean, I'm white, so I don't really want to speak to the other part because it's not my experience. So I'm happy that it's here. And I think that would be everyone's sentiments, and probably everybody has also personal opinions about it too.
All right, we're going to go next
Asia
to
or Chelsea, are you gonna respond?
I mean, I feel like they could just kind of crushed it and executed. At the end of the day, this has been something that we've been working towards for years now. So now the timing just happens to fall now. But I feel like if we credit this to one person, that's disrespect to the ones before us. They helped us continue to push this needle, continue to push this game and grow it. So it's just a matter of time. So I'm just happy that it's finally here and it's happening because I know we were all tired of waiting for it. So I think it's just a timing aspect of it. And that's my opinion.
I think the thing with Brittany too, though, I think they offered her and she chose to stay with her teammates, which says a lot about her also, for security purposes. So that would be probably something you need to ask her, but I think she was given I could be wrong. I think she was given the option to fly separately, and she decided she wanted to be with her teammates, which actually says a lot about her too.
I'm going to turn next to Asia. Asia going to be followed by Sabrina. Asia.
Hi, this is Asia from Daily Swish. I was going to ask you guys a question of, you guys have won championships back to back. So you guys are the most dominant team in the WNBA right now. And I just wanted to see, what are your, expectations, or what is it going to take for you guys to keep that momentum? Because right now everybody is after you guys. So I just want to hear what you guys have to say about that.
We've come into games and we have a target on our back. We understand that. But I think we also entered this year that what got it done last year isn't going to get it done this year. No year has ever been the same in winning a championship. And so you start creating those habits since day one of training camp. And I think that's like the rest of it takes care of itself. You kind of just take it one day at a time and not look too far ahead. Because the team that you see in May isn't going to be the same team that you're going to see in September. And so you continuing to build those type of habits and build those blocks, that's the kind of recipe that we've been working with, is just trying to get better each and every day and work on the things that we know we're not so good at. And the rest takes care of itself.
I definitely think these girls, ladies, I should say, women, are masters at managing expectation. The beauty in all this is the expectation that they have of themselves and each other is probably far greater than any outside noise could put on them. So, we're not tiptoeing around the fact that, like, you put on an Aces uniform, we won a championship, and we have to work every day with that goal in mind. So, we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. We understand the work that we have to put in on a daily basis and the level of excellence that it takes to get where we want to go. And so that's what we work for every day, is just being present, worrying about ourselves, even if it doesn't matter who's actually in the other uniform. Our standard is here always. So whether it's the practice squad guys, the scout team, the Connecticut Sun, or the New York Liberty, our standard is always here, and that's expected. And they expect it out of each other. So I just think you just got to take care of yourself at the end of the day and control what you can control.
All right, Sabrina, you're up. Ebony next.
For Chelsea and Asia, I guess just to build off of that, I mean, you obviously do a great job of keeping yourself focused on the present task at hand, but you're in a position to accomplish something pretty historic in terms of WNBA history. Like, what does it mean to you to be, I guess, have that opportunity to be part of WNBA history like that?
It's fun to me. I really enjoy doing what I love with people that I love. It's tons of fun just to stay in the moment and understand what we're building here. The legacy that we are forming here is something that's so cool to be a part of, particularly going from my rookie year when we didn't even make playoffs to now we're building a whole culture where it's like, no, this is how we do things here. So either get with it or get lost. So and it's true, like so it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's fun. It's fun to come into work every single day and just constantly work on your craft because the league has gotten better. That's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to grow. It's supposed to get better. So now it's kind of like there's still the standard that we have to uphold within ourselves. That's like we can't really worry about what anyone else is doing. So I enjoy it.
Sabrina, I keep moving the goalposts on them. So
Really?
I keep moving the goalposts on them.
I mean, I'm blessed, man. I'm playing with some future Hall of Famers, Hall of Fame coach. Like, I'm blessed to be in this position and to be able to, like, playing basketball is only a short snippet of your life. And so to enjoy that moment with the people that just, like, I said in the statement earlier about, like, coming and re-signing here, it's like I'm competing with other people that just love to win. And so being around that from top to bottom, like from ownership, front office, in our locker room, we know what we have in our locker room. And, like, they both said our standards are high and never really wavers. And so when you come into a season with an Aces uniform on, the standard is going for a championship. So I'm just blessed to be around like these other women and people around this organization.
Thanks.
All right. Ebony, you're up.
How you guys doing? I just want to say you guys, y'all embody teamwork. Even though you guys have big names, the ball doesn't stick. You know, you got point guard over here. The ball does not stick and it keeps moving. What is the underrated? Can you explain how underrated teamwork and chemistry is during a team? Because we're seeing a lot of super teams being built right now. But I think the difference between you guys is the chemistry and the fact that you've been playing so long that is still able to separate you.
I'll speak first. First of all, this like the chemistry and stuff was starting to be built with Asia coming and then like Jackie being here and KP, like it was brewing. A chemistry was kind of brewing. I come in a little bit late to the party, me and Becky. But I also think Becky came in and established a culture of like if everybody wins, what do you say? Everybody gets more when we win, or something like that. Some real good that she be dropping gems. Anyway, but I think sharing the ball is like a way that you can kind of see that. But we really like in our locker room, like we have so much fun and like we want the best for the next player, and it exudes that by making the extra pass and celebrating another person's success. So we established this culture of just wanting more for the next player and being your teammate's biggest cheerleader. And so that's really fun to play with. And like you enjoy coming to work today and seeing these people when you know that they have your back. And so having that type of culture, it starts there. Like you're not able to kind of just walk in somewhere and do that. It's a culture, and then you have the personnel to do that. And so that's what we've kind of built here in Vegas.
I'll say this, when I was a player, I had some years where I was like, just was miserable coming to work some days. And I was like, I swore, I was like, if I ever coach, like you're basketball players. And like Chelsea said earlier, you get this long to be a basketball player. Like this long, it's gone like that. And, you know, to be able to be in that moment with really great people who also happen to be great basketball players is really special and unique. I'm going into my 27th year, either in a WNBA arena or an NBA arena. I know it's old, but the point being is that's a lot of years. And I don't know if I've ever seen a team dynamic like this team has. And that's saying I've seen a lot of teams. All that to say, I've seen a lot of teams, and this one's built different and special. Starting with the leadership and the accountability piece that these guys, I'll tell them, but most of the time I don't have to tell them. They already know what I'm going to say or whatever that standard that's not being reached. They're pretty tough on themselves too.
All right, last two questions. We're going to go with Blake and then KK. Blake, you're up, and then KK, and we will wrap.
Hey, watching y'all's documentary, this is for all of y'all. Y'all have this, y'all are known for y'all's tough mentality and y'all's team play. Do y'all see yourselves as like the villains of the WNBA since y'all are always doubted?
Villains? I don't know about villains. I feel like, to sit there and say we don't have a target on our back, I think is, naive. I think we get everybody's best shot, but it's also a compliment. Like if we can, you know, because the bottom line is it's not even just winning. We're supposed to win by 15, 20 points. It's like I said, it becomes more and more. And so I think just like I said, managing that expectation of outside noise. We'll always meet our internal expectation, but the outside noise we really try to put to sleep.
All right, thanks, Blake. Last question goes to KK.
All right, hi ladies, I'm KK Hansborough from 3 Point Conversion. So this is the last question, and it's a little bit less about basketball and more about you, right? So again, it's so many eyes on the WNBA, it's so hype. Like I feel like Asia and Chelsea, y'all kind of been at the forefront. At least I'm a fan anyway. So, but I want to ask you guys, how are you staying mentally strong? How do you do it every day? Because it's hard being in the public eye, especially when you're a champion. So how are y'all handling that?
She goes on Good Morning America and writes books. Right here, get the book.
Right, I need to read it. For me, I stay off social a lot more because that world is so toxic. It's so bad. And it's like particularly now. So I just kind of remove myself from there just to stay mentally like in the moment and sometimes in real life. Because I think we get so caught up in social and we find ourselves in rabbit holes, and now we're looking at somebody's sister that's then did something, and it's like, how did I even get here? And I think it's very poisonous to my mind. So I kind of just remove myself from there. I put out what I want to put out and I keep it moving. But yeah, that's pretty much. And I just kind of stay in my house. I don't really do a lot. That's how I protect my peace and protect my mental, because it's crazy out here.
Hey guys, I have to jump in. It's my bad. I had a turnover here. I missed Summer. So this will be our last question. Again, turnover on me. Summer, you're up. Last official question.
Hi, Asia. This is Summer Weathers with Tunnel Vision Sports. I first want to say congratulations on all your successes. You've consistently performed at an elite level. How do you stay motivated and continue to raise the bar for yourself year after year?
How do I stay motivated? I love what I do. Like, this is my passion. This is what I love to do. Like, I don't think you guys, I mean, you understand because you put your work in somewhere else. Like wherever your passion is, the feel that you get is a feeling that you don't get anywhere else. And so when I come into work, when I step foot on the court, the motivation is the person in front of me. My motivation is the matchup and understanding that there's young girls out there that want to be in my situation. So why not put my best foot forward and show them why they should be at this level or why they want to compete at such a high level and just have fun with it. I think that's what motivates me. And also when you have people out here that's voting me fourth, that's all the motivation that I need. Like that right there was just the chip that on the shoulder that I just
got us a championship.
It was the cherry on top, and it will forever be my motivation. I might get it tatted on me because it's crazy. Like, yeah, that's how I stay motivated. That's how I stay in the moment. My teammates always hold me down, and I love what I do. I have fun when I do, and I don't really care about what people have to say. I just gotta go do it.
All right, Chelsea, Becky, Asia, John Maxwell, thank you for your help. Thanks, everybody. Good luck this week, all year. To our media, thanks so much. Join us again tomorrow when the series of Zooms continues, tomorrow and Thursday. Thanks, everybody.